Hello friends. In this video you will be able to see how to install Windows 11 without USB if you only have Fedora Linux on your disk. The video is from the series How to Install Windows 11 without USB switch from Linux, so if you are interested in another distribution, look in the video description. I wish you a pleasant viewing. I have installed Fedora Linux with the option to use the entire disk and the GNOME desktop environment. The first thing we will do here is to download the Windows 11 ISO file from the official Microsoft website. On the Microsoft download page, search for and download the disk image ISO file. While we wait for the Windows ISO file to finish downloading, we will also download another tool that we will need, and that is GrubFM. In the search results for GrubFM, open the GitHub page for a1eve/grub2 file manager. On this page, search for the latest release and download the version in your preferred language. In general, the language does not matter much because we will use GrubFM to boot the Windows installation. Now you need to patiently wait for the downloads to complete and we will move on to the next step. In the next step we will install the Refined Boot Manager and GrubFM in the EFI partition. To do this, I will open a File Manager window to see what will happen, and next to it I will open the terminal. In the address bar of the File Manager, type / and press Enter. Here, find and open the boot folder. Then open the EFI folder for which you will be asked for a password. Enter your password and in the next window open the EFI folder. Now I will install the Refined Boot Manager. I will do this using the terminal because this is the most reliable way and works equally well on all distributions, so this is the way I recommend. Enter the command you see in the terminal to install the Refined Boot Manager on your computer. It is important here to enter Refined exactly as you see it in both upper and lower case. Enter your password when prompted and press Enter again. Confirm with Y and press Enter. Confirm with Y again and press Enter to install the Refined Boot Manager. Now Refined Boot Manager is installed on your computer, but we will see its files later. This is a bug of GNOME File Manager which does not have the refresh option. In many cases when you reload the EFI folder the refined files appear, but here it did not work and they will appear later when we install Grub File Manager. But anyway, let's continue by entering the last command in the terminal to complete the configuration of Refined to boot by default on your system. Now type the command sudo refind-install and press Enter. The Refined installation is complete and we will continue with the next step, which is installing the Grub File Manager in EFI. In the EFI folder I will create a new folder that I will name GrubFM. The installation of GrubFM consists of copying a certain file from the zip archive to the GrubFM folder that I created. To do this, I will open a new window of the File Manager and extract the previously downloaded file. From the extracted folder, I will copy the file grubfm64.fe and then place it in the GrubFM folder. And at this point you can see that the refined files have appeared in the EFI folder. We're done here, so you can close the File Manager windows. In the next step, I will install Gparted. We will use Gparted to free up disk space, which we will use to create a partition where we will place the Windows installation files. When you open the Gparted, you will see all the partitions on your disk. The first thing you need to check here is what file system Fedora is installed on, BTRFS or ext4. By default, Fedora is installed on BTRFS, and if you have this file system, you can continue. However, if for some reason you have installed Fedora on an ext4 file system, I recommend that you watch the video how to install Windows 11 without USB switch from Ubuntu to learn how to shrink this partition. To shrink the BTRFS partition, right-click on it and select Resize or Move. It is important here to free up space on the right side of the partition, which is actually the end of the disk. This is important because at the end of the video we will delete this partition and add it to the Windows partition. You need to allocate about 10 to 11,000 megabytes, which is about 10 gigabytes. When you are ready, click Resize. However, for the changes to take effect, you need to apply them, after which we will continue. After applying the changes, create a new partition. Right-click on the resulting unrecognized space and select New. In this window, first select the new partition to be with the exFAT file system. It is very important to label the partition. Name it whatever you want, but remember it so you can recognize it later. I chose the label name win_install. When you are done, don't forget to apply the changes and then you can close Gparted. In the next step, we will copy the Windows installation files to the newly created partition. To do this, I will open two GNOME File Manager windows. In one window, I open the newly created win_install partition. In the second window, I right-click on the Windows ISO file and select Open with Disk Image Mounter. Now I open the mounted directory, copy all the files from it, and place them in the win_install partition. Copying will take some time because about 8 gigabytes will be copied. When the copy is finished, I recommend that you use the option to safely remove the disk. The reason for this is that I have had cases where it appears that the file copy is complete, but in fact hidden processes are still running. This happens very often with the GNOME File Manager. This was the last step in Fedora Linux. Don't forget to back up all your important files because in the next steps Fedora will be deleted from your computer. When you're done, restart your computer to install Windows 11. After the reboot, the refined boot manager will load automatically. Now is the time to explain why I installed the refined boot manager. To boot the Grub File Manager, we had to create a UEFI boot entry, which is more complicated. However, refined automatically finds boot files wherever they are on the disk, so it will only serve us to boot the Grub File Manager. How to recognize which icon is for the boot entry of the Grub File Manager. Under each icon is listed the file that is launched, so you should launch grubfmx64.fe, so you have to launch it. When the Grub File Manager loads, press the F3 key to see all the UEFI boot entries on your computer. Now select and launch the UEFI boot entry located on the partition where you copied the Windows 11 installation files. The first steps of the installation process are to select the installation language, the keyboard you will use, and its layout. On the next window, you must accept that Windows will be installed on your computer, and here you can also switch to the old version of the Windows installer. Enter your product key here, if you have one, or continue with I don't have a product key. Now select the version of Windows for which your product key is or you want to install. On this window, you can read the license terms and then continue. We have reached the most important part of the installation, where we need to specify where to install Windows. The most important thing here is not to accidentally delete the partition with the installation files, which in my case is labeled win_install and is the last one on the disk. Delete all other partitions and you will only get unallocated space. When you are ready, select the unallocated space and continue with Next. On the next window, click Install and the installation will begin. Overall, after completing this process, you will have Windows installed on your computer. You will then need to complete the post-installation process. I won't show the post-installation in real time because it's a really long process with multiple reboots, updates, and additional settings, so in the following footage you'll see the entire process, but at many of the stages the video footage will be sped up. After the actual Windows installation that just finished, the computer will restart automatically. So far everything has happened automatically, but now we have reached the point where you must first select your country or region. Now you can add another keyboard layout, as I will do by adding a Bulgarian keyboard layout. Now enter the name you want for your computer. Here, select the purpose for which you will use the computer. In the next few minutes you must wait for more updates and settings to be downloaded and installed. We have reached the point where you must log into your Microsoft account, and if you do not have one, use the option to create one. Enter the PIN with which you will log into Windows. Now select your privacy preferences. If you have any backups in OneDrive of the account you are using, they will be restored to your computer. There are still a few annoying settings with Microsoft suggestions, which of course you can accept or decline. This is the time to express my opinion that this is the most annoying Windows installer. I like Windows despite everything, but the increasing intrusion of applications and features in the installer disappoints me. But anyway, this is my opinion, and let's continue with a very important part of this video. Now that I have Windows 11 on my computer, I want to show you how to organize your disk the right way. To do this, I will download the Mini Tool Partition Wizard application, which I have been using for a long time. After downloading Mini Tool Partition Wizard, you need to install it. The process is easy and you just have to follow it. In the following frames, the video will have interruptions, and this is due to the video driver on my computer, which Windows 11 automatically updates. What you need to do after installing and running Mini Tool Partition Wizard. I want to remove the partition with the Windows installation files and add this space to drive C. To do this, I will first delete the win_install partition. Then I need to move the Windows recovery partition to the end of the disk. It is very important to be careful and not to enlarge or shrink the Windows recovery partition. Just drag it to the end of the disk and then apply the changes. Now the free space is right after drive C and I can add it to it. However, I will not use Mini Tool Partition Wizard for this, but Windows Disk Manager. The reason for this is that if I use Mini Tool Partition Wizard, I will have to restart the computer, while with Windows Disk Manager it happens instantly. So I close Mini Tool Partition Wizard and open Windows Disk Manager. In Windows Disk Manager, right-click on the C partition and select Extend Volume. On the next Windows, continue without changing anything and finish the process. And that's all. Now there is no trace of Fedora Linux on my computer, and I did this without using a USB device. I wish you the whole process to go smoothly as it did for me. If you still don't understand something, don't hesitate to write in the comments, and if it is within my capabilities, I will try to help you. Thank you for watching and see you soon.